Hi everybody, Dr. Kennedy Venekamp here at Skinny Up Labs. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about thyroid. What does that mean? What does it look like? What are some of the things we take for thyroid problems? What are the commonly held ideas about what thyroid issues are? First thing you probably have heard is hypothyroidism. What that means is this little gland that's in your neck that you can get a goiter of, and that's why they've iodized salt, is to make sure that we don't have goiters that mostly women have. And they did that way back in about the 20s. And now you don't see great big goiters on anyone anymore. So that's kind of cool. So it's iodine and iodide. The thyroid gland itself is located right here. It is a gland that helps with metabolism. That's probably the biggest thing. Oftentimes people don't understand that your thyroid gland can be so involved in how you feel. Today we're a little bit wiser because as soon as we start to feel sluggish, start to gain weight, start to have cold hands and feet, start to have thinning hair, fingernails that are a little bit thin, then immediately we start heading towards the thyroid as an idea of those problems. Today the commonly held ideas of we have to medicate the thyroid in order to get it to have proper numbers on our thyroid testing panels. Those things would be Synthroid, levothyroxine, Armour Thyroid is a naturally occurring or a natural product that people take when they don't want to take a synthetic product. But about 80 to 85 million women are on Synthroid right now in the US, and that's pretty amazing. The cool thing is that a doctor is able to look at a thyroid panel and say, gosh, Mary, your TSH, which means thyroid stimulating hormone, is high. And that means that the body is calling, it's saying, hey, give me more thyroid hormone, please, thyroxine, we need more. The body will oftentimes have a problem with that. It's looking to transfer an idea of creating T3 from T4, and it's not doing that very well. My personal opinion is it's not from anything other than adrenal exhaustion. Adrenaline is something that we constantly look for. In modern day America, everyone is just so full of sugar. We have sugar at every meal. We have so much high fructose corn syrup. We have so much white sugar, white flour, that just 2 generations ago you didn't have access to that. I remember when I was a kid, the only way that we had a Coca-Cola, my brother and I would walk down to the service station and we would each have a dime, and we put it in this little chest. You'd lift the thing up and you put the dime in there, and then you take this bottle of Coke and you pull it across and you pull it out, okay? And it was your own Coke, and it was special. I remember a friend, I went to his house, and his name was Kent Hansen, and we went downstairs and he had a box of salted nut rolls. And he opened the refrigerator door in the basement, and he had like a whole 6-pack of Pepsi in there. And I'm looking at him like, what? Are you guys rich, or what's going on? How would anyone have more than 1 salted nut roll or more than 1 Pepsi? His dad worked in construction, so they packed lunches, and that's why they had that. But the point is that nowadays you can actually pull up to a Walmart, and however much Coca-Cola you want, you just back your pickup to it and we'll fill the whole thing up. That's how much access we have to all this sugar and all this highly processed food. I say all that to give you a big idea of adrenaline is what these high caffeinated, high sugar things stimulate. It's my opinion that we have adrenal exhaustion in this country. It is further my opinion that adrenal exhaustion is why our thyroids are just going crazy. The adrenal glands, which are located on top of your kidneys, give you energy. And when we falsely give our bodies energy through sugar, through caffeine, I mean, look at Starbucks, for crying out loud, and how we rationalize spending $4, $5, $6, sometimes twice a day, because we have our needs, right? And if we can just basically look at that and say, how is it possible that we have such an adrenal exhaustion issue in this country, only to realize that we are getting so much sugar, so much high fructose corn syrup, and so much flour. The adrenal glands go up to the thyroid and start borrowing energy from the thyroid. that's where things start to go funny. And that's a different concept. What do you mean borrowing energy? All of the different glands, the pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal glands, the sexual hormone glands, all of these things borrow from each other so that they can constantly balance out. If we can just get under control our adrenal needs through the reduced necessity of high fructose corn syrup, being so great in our diets, or too much sugar, too much white flour. If we can reduce those things in our diet, our adrenal glands can start to get an idea of relaxing and healing. There's some other things obviously we can do, and we'll do that in another tape. I'll tell you about that, but that's why we have thyroid issues. You'll notice that everyone, obesity especially, they're exhausted. They ache. They are out of shape. Those are not common to the human, microbiome. Those are not normal for us to suffer with. The reason we suffer with those is because we are eating poorly. That's why our thyroids are going in a bad way. So until next time, I hope that gives you more answers and questions, and hopefully we'll answer more questions next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.